The clock struck 2:47 a.m. when Robert woke up again, his heart racing as he stared at the vitamin bottles on his nightstand. For months, he'd been taking what he thought were the right supplements to stay healthy at 67. His doctor had mentioned prevention, and like many of us, Robert figured more vitamins meant better health. But what if I told you that some of the most popular vitamins seniors take could actually be increasing their cancer risk? Maybe you know this feeling too, that gnawing worry about whether you're doing everything right for your health, especially when you're past 60 and every decision feels more critical than ever. If you've ever stood in the supplement aisle feeling overwhelmed, wondering if those colorful bottles hold the key to staying healthy, or if they might be doing more harm than good, you're not alone. The truth is, after decades of research, scientists have discovered something that might shock you. 2 vitamins that millions of seniors take daily, believing they're protecting themselves, might actually be working against them. And here's what's really concerning. These aren't obscure supplements most of us have never heard of. These are vitamins that are probably sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, vitamins that well-meaning family members might have suggested, vitamins that even some healthcare providers recommend without knowing the latest research. You've probably asked yourself, how can something that's supposed to be good for me be dangerous? It's a fair question, and one that deserves a clear, honest answer. The reality is that our bodies change dramatically after 60, and what worked for us in our 40s or 50s might not be the best choice anymore. Our metabolism slows down, our organs process nutrients differently, and our risk factors shift in ways that most people don't fully understand. But here's the good news. Once you know what to avoid and why, you can make informed decisions that truly support your health instead of potentially undermining it. Today, I'm going to share with you the 2 vitamins that current research suggests might increase cancer risk in seniors, explain exactly why this happens, and most importantly, give you practical alternatives that can actually help protect you. One of these pieces of information could literally change the trajectory of your health, and by the end of this video, you'll have knowledge that most people don't have access to. You'll understand why your body's needs are different now, and you'll have a clear action plan that you can start implementing today. Before we dive into this crucial information, I want to know where you're watching from today. Are you in sunny Florida, maybe dealing with the unique health challenges that come with that climate? Are you in the Midwest, where seasonal changes affect how your body processes vitamins? Or maybe you're somewhere else entirely. Drop your location in the comments below because understanding where you're coming from helps me create content that's more relevant to your specific situation. And if this information feels important to you, which I hope it will, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I share life-changing health information like this every week, and you don't want to miss updates that could genuinely impact your well-being. Now let's talk about the first vitamin that research suggests might be problematic for seniors, and this one might surprise you because it's everywhere. We're talking about beta-carotene, which is often marketed as vitamin A or found in high doses in multivitamins designed for older adults. Now, before you think I'm crazy for suggesting that vitamin A could be harmful, let me explain exactly what the research shows and why this matters specifically for people over 60. Beta-carotene is what we call a provitamin A carotenoid, which means your body converts it into vitamin A when it needs it. In foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens, beta-carotene is generally safe and beneficial. The problem arises when we take it in supplement form, especially in the high doses that many seniors consume. Here's where it gets concerning, and this is based on multiple large-scale studies involving thousands of participants. The alpha-tocopherol beta-carotene cancer prevention study, which followed 29,133 male smokers for several years, found that those taking beta-carotene supplements had an 18% higher incidence of lung cancer compared to those who didn't take the supplements. But you might be thinking, I don't smoke, so this doesn't apply to me. Unfortunately, that's not entirely accurate. The effects of beta-carotene supplementation seem to be particularly problematic for anyone who has ever smoked, even if they quit decades ago, and for people with certain genetic variations that are more common as we age. What happens is that beta-carotene, when taken in high doses, can actually become pro-oxidant instead of antioxidant. Instead of protecting your cells from damage, it can contribute to cellular damage that increases cancer risk. The mechanism behind this is fascinating and important to understand. When you take beta-carotene supplements, especially doses above 20 milligrams per day, which is common in many senior multivitamins, you flood your system with more beta-carotene than it can properly process. Your body normally converts beta-carotene to vitamin A only when it needs it. But when you overwhelm this system with supplements, several problematic things happen. First, excess beta-carotene can accumulate in your tissues, particularly in your lungs and liver. Second, it can interfere with the absorption and function of other important carotenoids like lycopene and lutein, which actually do help protect against cancer. Third, and this is the scary part, high-dose beta-carotene can interact with oxygen in ways that create harmful free radicals instead of neutralizing them. This is especially concerning for seniors because our bodies become less efficient at managing oxidative stress as we age. Our natural antioxidant systems don't work as well as they did when we were younger, which means we're more vulnerable to the harmful effects of pro-oxidant nutrients. Additionally, many seniors have been exposed to environmental toxins throughout their lives, including secondhand smoke, air pollution, and occupational hazards, all of which can make the negative effects of beta-carotene supplementation more pronounced. Many people ask me, how much is too much? The research suggests that any beta-carotene supplement providing more than 15 milligrams per day could be problematic, and some studies show increased risk with doses as low as 6 milligrams daily. To put this in perspective, many multivitamins for seniors contain 15 to 25 milligrams of beta-carotene, and some standalone beta-carotene supplements contain 25 to 50 milligrams. If you're taking multiple supplements, you could easily be getting 30 to 50 milligrams per day without realizing it. The good news is that getting beta-carotene from food sources doesn't carry these same risks. Your body is smart about converting only what it needs when beta-carotene comes from whole foods. A large carrot contains about 5 to 6 milligrams of beta-carotene, and eating several servings of orange and yellow vegetables daily is not only safe but beneficial. The key is avoiding the concentrated, isolated beta-carotene found in supplements, especially if you're over 60. For seniors who have been taking beta-carotene supplements, the question becomes, what should I do now? First, don't panic if you've been taking these supplements. The increased risk appears to be associated with long-term use, and stopping supplementation allows your body to clear excess beta-carotene over time. Second, focus on getting your vitamin A and carotenoids from whole food sources. Sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, kale, cantaloupe, and apricots are all excellent sources that provide beta-carotene in a form your body can safely handle. Third, if you're concerned about vitamin A deficiency, work with a healthcare provider to test your levels and determine if you actually need supplementation. This brings up an important point about the supplement industry that many seniors don't realize. The marketing of vitamins to older adults often plays on our fears about aging and declining health, but it doesn't always reflect the latest scientific understanding. Many supplements marketed to seniors contain doses that would have been considered reasonable 20 or 30 years ago, but that current research suggests might be harmful. This is why staying informed about the latest research is so crucial, and why I'm passionate about sharing this information with you. I need to ask you something important, and I hope you'll be honest with yourself and with our community here. Have you been lying awake at night, worried about your health decisions, wondering if you're doing everything right to prevent cancer and stay strong as you age? I know it can feel overwhelming when every expert seems to say something different, and when the advice that worked for previous generations might not be the best guidance for us today. You're not alone in feeling confused or even scared about these choices. Here's what I want you to know. You're in a safe space here, surrounded by people who understand the unique challenges of maintaining health after 60. Share with us in the comments, my biggest fear about my health choices is, and fill in the blank. Maybe you're worried about taking the wrong supplements. Maybe you're concerned about not taking enough of the right ones. Maybe you're scared that damage has already been done. Whatever it is, sharing your concern might be exactly the encouragement someone else needs today. Sometimes the most healing words come from people walking the same path we are. Your courage to speak up about your worries creates a ripple effect of support and understanding. When you share your fears, you're not just helping yourself process them, you're letting someone else know they're not alone in their concerns. This community thrives on honesty and mutual support, and your voice matters more than you might realize. Now let's talk about the second vitamin that research suggests might increase cancer risk in seniors. And this one is even more controversial because it's something that many doctors still routinely recommend. We're talking about high-dose vitamin E supplements, specifically the synthetic form called DL-alpha-tocopherol that's found in most commercial vitamin E supplements. This is going to challenge what many of you have been told about vitamin E, but I need you to hear the latest research because it could significantly impact your health decisions. Vitamin E has been promoted for decades as a powerful antioxidant that can prevent cancer and heart disease, and in some forms and doses that might be true. But here's where it gets complicated, and this is crucial for seniors to understand. Most vitamin E supplements contain synthetic DL-alpha-tocopherol, which is not the same as the natural vitamin E found in foods. Natural vitamin E is actually a complex of 8 different compounds, 4 tocopherols and 4 tocotrienols, all working together. When you take a high-dose synthetic vitamin E supplement, you're flooding your system with just one form of vitamin E, which can actually block the absorption and function of the other 7 forms. The research on vitamin E supplementation and cancer risk has been building for years, but the results became impossible to ignore after several large-scale studies. The Selenium and Vitamin E Cancer Prevention Trial, known as the SELECT study, followed 35,533 men for over a decade and found that those taking 400 IU of vitamin E daily had a 17% higher risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those taking a placebo. This wasn't a small, inconclusive study. This was one of the most carefully designed cancer prevention trials ever conducted, but the concerning findings don't stop there. The alpha-tocopherol beta-carotene cancer prevention study, which I mentioned earlier, found increased lung cancer risk not just from beta-carotene but also from synthetic vitamin E supplementation. And multiple studies have shown that high-dose vitamin E supplements can increase the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, particularly in people with high blood pressure, which is common among seniors. What's happening in your body when you take high-dose vitamin E supplements is more complex than most people realize. Vitamin E does function as an antioxidant, but like beta-carotene, it can become pro-oxidant under certain conditions. When you take large doses of synthetic vitamin E, several problematic things occur. First, it can interfere with vitamin K function, which is crucial for proper blood clotting and bone health. Second, it can deplete other important antioxidants in your body, including vitamin C and glutathione. Third, synthetic vitamin E competes with natural vitamin E for absorption, potentially creating functional deficiencies in the forms of vitamin E your body actually needs. This is particularly concerning for seniors because our bodies become less efficient at maintaining nutrient balance as we age. The same dose of vitamin E that might be neutral for a 30-year-old could be harmful for someone over 60. Additionally, many seniors take multiple supplements and medications, increasing the risk of interactions. Vitamin E supplements can enhance the effects of blood-thinning medications, potentially leading to dangerous bleeding episodes. The doses found to be problematic in research are unfortunately common in supplements marketed to seniors. Many vitamin E supplements contain 400 to 1,000 IU, which is far above the recommended daily allowance of 15 milligrams or 22.4 IU. Some multivitamins for seniors contain 30 to 60 IU, which is generally considered safer, but many people take additional vitamin E supplements on top of their multivitamin, unknowingly reaching potentially harmful doses. What makes this even more frustrating is that vitamin E from food sources doesn't carry these same risks. Natural vitamin E found in nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and vegetable oils provides the full spectrum of vitamin E compounds in balanced ratios. A handful of almonds provides about 7 milligrams of natural vitamin E, and eating a variety of vitamin E-rich foods daily gives you all the benefits without the risks associated with high-dose synthetic supplements. Many people ask me about timing and what to do if they've been taking vitamin E supplements for years. The increased cancer risk appears to be associated with long-term high-dose supplementation, so stopping doesn't immediately eliminate any potential damage that may have occurred, but it does prevent additional risk. If you've been taking vitamin E supplements, especially doses above 100 IU daily, consider gradually reducing your dose while increasing your intake of vitamin E-rich foods. The key insight here is understanding the difference between supplemental nutrition and optimal nutrition. Supplements were originally designed to prevent deficiency diseases, not to provide megadoses of isolated nutrients. When we take high doses of single nutrients, we often create imbalances that can be more harmful than helpful, This is especially true for fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin E, which accumulate in your tissues and can reach toxic levels over time. For seniors who are concerned about getting adequate vitamin E, focus on whole food sources. Sunflower seeds, almonds, hazelnuts, spinach, broccoli, and avocados are all excellent sources of natural vitamin E. If you're eating a varied diet that includes nuts, seeds, and green vegetables, you're likely getting sufficient vitamin E without supplementation. If you're concerned about deficiency, work with a healthcare provider to test your vitamin E levels before starting any supplementation. This brings us to something that might surprise you, but that research consistently supports. Instead of focusing on individual vitamin supplements, especially those two we just discussed, there's a third approach that can actually help reduce cancer risk and support healthy aging. We're talking about the power of combining specific nutrients from whole food sources in ways that support your body's natural detoxification and cellular repair processes. What's fascinating is that when researchers look at populations with the lowest cancer rates among seniors, they consistently find that these people aren't taking high-dose vitamin supplements. Instead, they're eating diets rich in specific combinations of nutrients that work synergistically to protect against cellular damage. This is what's called nutritional synergy, and it's something that isolated supplements simply can't replicate. The most powerful cancer protective combination for seniors involves getting selenium from Brazil nuts, vitamin D from safe sun exposure, and food sources, omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish, and polyphenols from colorful fruits and vegetables. But here's the crucial part. These nutrients need to be consumed regularly and in the right ratios to be effective. Taking them as isolated supplements often doesn't provide the same benefits and can sometimes be counterproductive. Let me give you a practical example of how this works. 2 Brazil nuts daily provide about 140 micrograms of selenium, which is optimal for supporting your body's glutathione production. Glutathione is often called the master antioxidant, and it's crucial for detoxifying potential carcinogens and repairing cellular damage. But selenium only works effectively when you have adequate vitamin C, vitamin E from food sources, and B vitamins. This is why taking a selenium supplement alone isn't as effective as getting selenium from Brazil nuts while eating a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Similarly, omega-3 fatty acids from fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel work synergistically with vitamin D to reduce inflammation and support immune function. But this combination is most effective when you're not overwhelming your system with high doses of synthetic vitamins that can interfere with these natural processes. Many people ask me how much fish they should eat, and the research suggests that 2 to 3 servings per week of fatty fish provides optimal benefits for seniors. The polyphenol component is equally important and often overlooked. These are the compounds that give fruits and vegetables their bright colors, and they work as powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. Berries, green tea, dark leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts are particularly rich in cancer-protective polyphenols. The key is variety and consistency. Eating different colored fruits and vegetables every day ensures you're getting a wide range of protective compounds. But here's what many seniors struggle with, and this is something I hear about frequently in my practice. As we age, it can become more challenging to maintain the energy and motivation needed to shop for fresh foods, prepare varied meals, and maintain consistent healthy eating habits. Many seniors find themselves relying more heavily on processed foods and supplements because they seem easier and more convenient. If you've been feeling like your energy levels aren't what they used to be, making it harder to prioritize your nutrition, you're definitely not alone in this struggle. This is actually something I address comprehensively in a guide I created specifically for this challenge. Many seniors ask me how to regain energy for everyday activities like grocery shopping and meal preparation. That's exactly what I cover in It's Not Too Late: How to Reclaim Your Energy and Independence After 60. The strategies I share there can help you build the stamina and motivation needed to implement the nutritional changes we're discussing today. The third approach also involves understanding how your medication regimen might interact with your nutrition choices. Many seniors take multiple medications, and some of these can affect how your body processes nutrients. For example, if you're taking blood thinners, you need to be consistent with your vitamin K intake from leafy greens. If you're taking medications for acid reflux, you might have difficulty absorbing vitamin B12 and might need supplementation. If you're taking statins, They can deplete your body's natural production of CoQ10, which is important for cellular energy production. This is why working with healthcare providers who understand both nutrition and medication interactions is so important. Unfortunately, many doctors receive limited training in nutrition, and many nutritionists don't fully understand medication effects. Finding providers who can help you navigate both aspects of your health is crucial for optimal outcomes. What I recommend for most seniors is a gradual transition approach. Instead of dramatically changing everything at once, which can be overwhelming and unsustainable, focus on making 1 or 2 changes each week. Start by eliminating or reducing the 2 problematic vitamins we discussed today. Replace them with whole food sources of the nutrients you're concerned about. Add 1 new cancer-protective food to your diet each week. This might be adding a small handful of berries to your breakfast, having a serving of leafy greens with lunch, or including fatty fish in your dinner twice a week. Keep a simple journal of how you feel as you make these changes. Many people notice improvements in energy, sleep quality, and overall well-being within a few weeks of reducing high-dose vitamin supplements and increasing nutrient-dense whole foods. This positive feedback can be incredibly motivating and help you stick with the changes long-term. Another important aspect of this approach involves stress management and social connection, both of which significantly impact cancer risk and overall health in seniors. Chronic stress increases inflammation and can interfere with your body's natural cancer surveillance and repair mechanisms. Social isolation has been shown to increase cancer risk as much as smoking or obesity. This means that addressing these factors is just as important as optimizing your nutrition. Many seniors deal with increased stress and loneliness, especially after retirement, loss of spouse or friends, or changes in health status. These emotional challenges can make it even harder to maintain healthy habits and can directly impact your physical health. If you've been feeling isolated or struggling with feelings of loneliness that you don't often talk about, this is unfortunately very common among people our age. Maybe loneliness is a pain you don't share with anyone. That's why I created You Are Not Alone: How to Deal with Invisible Loneliness After 60, to help address this struggle that affects so many of us. The connection between emotional well-being and physical health is profound, especially when it comes to cancer prevention, and addressing both aspects together is often the key to optimal outcomes. The research consistently shows that seniors who maintain strong social connections, engage in regular physical activity appropriate for their fitness level, manage stress effectively, and eat nutrient-dense diets have significantly lower cancer rates than those who focus on just 1 or 2 of these factors. This holistic approach is more effective than trying to prevent cancer through supplements alone, and it certainly works better than taking high doses of vitamins that might actually increase your risk. Speaking of sleep, this is another area where many seniors struggle, and it directly impacts cancer risk. Poor sleep quality and insufficient sleep both increase inflammation and interfere with your body's natural repair processes. Many of the seniors I work with report lying awake at night with racing thoughts, often worrying about their health, their family, or their future. This creates a vicious cycle where worry disrupts sleep, and poor sleep increases stress and health risks. If your nights feel endless and your mind doesn't stop racing, I've gathered simple, effective techniques in a special guide called Sleepless Nights Racing Mind. Quality sleep is absolutely crucial for cancer prevention and overall health, and addressing sleep issues often makes it easier to implement other healthy changes like improving your nutrition and increasing physical activity. The beautiful thing about this comprehensive approach is that each element supports the others. Better nutrition gives you more energy for physical activity. Regular movement improves sleep quality. Good sleep helps you manage stress more effectively. Strong social connections provide motivation and support for maintaining healthy habits. It all works together in a positive cycle that becomes easier to maintain over time. Now, I want to address something that many of you might be thinking. You might be wondering, if I stop taking these vitamin supplements, how do I know I'm getting everything I need? This is a legitimate concern, and it's one reason why many seniors continue taking supplements even when they're not sure they're helpful. The fear of deficiency can be just as strong as the fear of taking something harmful. The truth is that nutrient deficiencies are relatively rare among seniors who eat a varied diet, with a few notable exceptions. Vitamin B12 deficiency is more common as we age because our stomach acid production decreases, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. Vitamin D deficiency is also common, especially among seniors who spend limited time outdoors or live in northern climates. Iron deficiency can occur particularly in women, though iron overload is actually more common in older men. If you're concerned about specific nutrients, the best approach is to work with a healthcare provider to test your levels rather than guessing. A comprehensive metabolic panel can identify any actual deficiencies that need to be addressed. This targeted approach is much safer and more effective than taking broad-spectrum supplements that might contain nutrients you don't need in doses that could be harmful. For most seniors, a high-quality multivitamin that provides nutrients at levels close to the recommended daily allowances can serve as insurance against deficiencies without providing potentially harmful megadoses. Look for multivitamins that contain less than 15 milligrams of beta-carotene and less than 30 IU of vitamin E. Many multivitamins designed specifically for seniors now reflect the latest research and contain more conservative doses of these potentially problematic nutrients. The key is shifting your mindset from more is better to optimal is better. Your body needs specific amounts of nutrients to function properly, but exceeding those amounts doesn't provide additional benefits and can sometimes cause harm. This is especially true for fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which accumulate in your tissues and can reach toxic levels with excessive supplementation. As we wrap up this important discussion, let's review the key points that could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. First, beta-carotene supplements in doses above 15 milligrams daily may increase cancer risk in seniors, particularly those who have ever smoked or have certain genetic variations. The safer approach is to get beta-carotene from colorful fruits and vegetables, where it comes packaged with other protective nutrients that help your body use it safely. Second, high-dose vitamin E supplements, particularly those containing synthetic DL-alpha tocopherol, in doses above 100 IU daily, may increase prostate cancer risk in men and hemorrhagic stroke risk in people with high blood pressure. Natural vitamin E from nuts, seeds, and leafy greens provides all the benefits without the risks associated with isolated synthetic supplements. Third, instead of relying on high-dose individual vitamin supplements, focus on getting nutrients from whole food sources in combinations that support your body's natural protective mechanisms. The most powerful cancer protective approach for seniors involves adequate selenium from Brazil nuts, omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish, vitamin D from safe sun exposure and food sources, and a variety of polyphenols from colorful fruits and vegetables. This approach works because it provides nutrients in the forms and ratios that your body can safely use, along with countless other beneficial compounds that aren't available in supplements. It also supports your overall health in ways that isolated nutrients simply can't match. But here's what I really want you to understand. Making these changes isn't just about reducing cancer risk, though that's certainly important. It's about optimizing your overall health and quality of life in ways that help you stay independent, energetic, and engaged with the people and activities you love. It's about taking control of your health in a way that's based on the latest scientific evidence, rather than outdated recommendations or marketing claims. For those who want a clear, step-by-step guide with the 9 natural habits that truly make a difference after 60, I've prepared a complete resource that brings together everything we've discussed today and much more. What doctors don't tell you. Natural Habits to Prevent Cancer and Strengthen Your Body After 60 provides detailed, practical guidance on implementing these evidence-based strategies in your daily life. It includes meal planning suggestions, supplement guidelines based on the latest research, and a systematic approach to optimizing your health that you can start using immediately. I want to be clear that these recommendations aren't meant to replace medical care or advice from your healthcare providers. They're meant to complement and enhance the care you're already receiving. If you're currently taking high doses of beta-carotene or vitamin E supplements, discuss these findings with your doctor before making any changes, especially if you're taking other medications that might be affected. The goal is to empower you with information that helps you make informed decisions about your health. Too often, seniors are told what to do without being given the scientific reasoning behind the recommendations. I believe you have the right to understand the research and make educated choices based on the latest evidence, not outdated assumptions or marketing claims. If you've made it this far, you've already demonstrated something important. You care enough about your health and your future to invest time in learning about evidence-based approaches to healthy aging. That commitment to staying informed and proactive about your health is one of the most powerful things you can do to ensure that your later years are healthy, independent, and fulfilling. You've also shown that you understand something that many people don't: the health advice that worked for previous generations, or that worked for you when you were younger, might not be the best approach for you now. Your willingness to question conventional wisdom and seek out current research puts you ahead of most people when it comes to making health decisions that truly serve your best interests. If you found this information valuable, and I hope you have, I want to invite you to become part of our community of seniors who are committed to evidence-based healthy aging. We understand the unique challenges that come with maintaining health after 60, from the physical changes that affect how our bodies process nutrients to the emotional challenges that can impact our motivation and well-being. When you subscribe to this channel and activate notifications, you're joining a group of people who believe that getting older doesn't mean accepting declining health or reduced quality of life. Every week, I share practical, research-based information that can help you optimize your health, prevent disease, and maintain your independence as you age. We cover topics like nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress management, and the latest research on healthy aging. But more than that, we create a supportive community where you can ask questions, share your experiences, and get encouragement from people who understand what you're going through. Your well-being is our priority, and your questions and feedback help me create content that addresses the real concerns and challenges you face. We're not interested in quick fixes or miracle cures. We're focused on sustainable, evidence-based strategies that you can implement gradually and maintain long-term. We believe that small, consistent changes based on solid science are more powerful than dramatic changes based on the latest health fad. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your future self will thank you for staying informed about the latest developments in healthy aging. And if this information has been helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps other seniors find this content, and it lets me know that you value this type of detailed, research-based information. I also want to encourage you to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. What surprised you most about today's information? Are you currently taking either of the vitamin supplements we discussed? What other topics related to healthy aging would you like me to cover in future videos? Your engagement helps create a richer experience for everyone in our community, and your questions often inspire future content that benefits everyone. Remember, the journey toward optimal health after 60 isn't about perfection. It's about making informed, consistent choices that support your well-being over time. Every positive change you make, no matter how small, contributes to better health and increased vitality. You have more control over your health outcomes than you might realize, and staying informed about the latest research is one of the most powerful tools you have. Thank you for investing this time in your health and for being part of our community. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring evidence-based strategies for thriving after 60. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember that your best years can still be ahead of you.